Yo, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back. Very quick video here. Just gonna take a look at some Pickems. You know, it's easy content, and I think it would be interesting, to let you guys know some of my opinions on some of the teams here, of course. So, yeah, let's do it. Cool transition. Easy production. All right. Gonna be a bit chill. Obviously, on this left-hand side here, my face is in the way. But that's the 3-0 side of things. Who am I going to put here? Right, well... You know, there's a part of me that wants to say Astralis. Part of me that wants to say Heroic. I know a lot of people have been putting big. We've got some big fans in the community, who'd have thunk. I'm kind of over here, to be fair. There's also a few other people. VP have maybe got, like... I don't know, they're inconsistent, but like ceiling-wise, I think they're probably the best team here. So I think on the 3-0, I'm going to go with FaZe. I'm not necessarily going to make the like smartest decisions ever kind of thing. I'm a bit of a fan. I like the team. It's got some of the older guys in it, of course, and you know I've been a big Rain fan for a while, so that's part of the decision making here. I think they will make it through. Whether they make it through 3-0 is a little bit difficult to say, but there are, like I say, some other contenders, as it were, for that 3-0 slot. These are always like the hardest ones to guesstimate. What I would say in the 0-3, for me, it's got to be one of the Brazilian teams. Just because I think the way that mid-level Brazilian Counter-Strike is played is so different to the way that they play the game in Europe, to be honest with you. You know, we can kind of see, yeah, there's a bit of craziness when it comes into the mid-level European stuff, where you have, you know, your teams like Entropic, Copenhagen Flames breaking through, that kind of thing, Movie Star Riders. But there's still some similarities. There's still some, okay, you could see this working against an Astralis or a Mouse or whatever. But with the mid-level Brazilian stuff, I feel it's very, very different. So I'm probably going to go with Sharks here. No hate. One of the teams in this lineup, in this list, that I know probably the least about, to be honest. So that's kind of the logic on that one. In terms of advancing then, this is where it gets a little more interesting. So I have a few teams in my head that I think absolutely have got to make it through. So we start with VP, then into Heroic, then I'd say Astralis. So these three teams have had their, you know, time in the sun. Obviously, Astralis big time, Heroic with the win at Pro League a couple seasons ago now. And VP, like I say, pretty high ceiling. Probably for me, it's probably between these two teams at the moment in terms of lineups of the challengers here that have the highest ceiling. Now, they've just added Flit. Bit weird. Astralis as well, up against Spirit for their first matchup. For me, feels like that's probably one of the reasons why I've not put them at 3-0, but they should be able to make it through. Then we have kind of the teams that have a little bit more experience here. So Miles and Spirit would be the two, and Big, I guess, would be the three, sorry, maths, you know, simple, are the three that I'd look towards to be sort of those more experienced teams that should be able to, in a LAN environment with a crowd, you know, I don't think Challengers has played with a crowd actually, but, you know, with a LAN environment, they should be able to deliver. But at the same time, I do want to be a little bit interesting and add some teams that I think, you know, have a chance, but it's going to be tough, that kind of thing. So, in terms of the logical picks, I'm going to go with Spirit. I'm actually going to leave Big out, and Mouse we might come back to. Got to give one of the Brazilian teams a go in. I think it's got to be Godsend. From what I watched in the NARMR, I think they were pretty interesting and had some, you know, funky styles that, if they can perfect, could really work. I've got to believe that the Copenhagen Flames, you know, hot streak really comes to an end at some point. Is that in the challenger stage? I don't know. I watched Ents recently. They're another team in here that I've watched them recently, and they fell flat. I believe to FPX. And let me just check this. You know, nice to do prep before the video, but this is where it's going to be right, and I should have just trusted myself, really. It was correct. And they fell to FPX in the IEM Winter close qualifier. That's what I was casting recently. They managed to turn it around, come back through that lower bracket, and indeed did qualify with the third place spot. You know, beating FPX 2-0 the last time around. So I think they are showing, yes, they can make mistakes. They were a little overconfident, basically, because they won the FPX pick and then kind of just started in the first sort of 9-10 rounds of the next map that was their pick, playing a little bit disrespectfully, a little bit overconfidently, and they got punished for it, right, in the end. And then they went on and they just 2-0'd every other game that they had. Complexity, K23, and then FPX again to get the spot. So I think that for me, this team, I'm a fan. I like some of the players, been watching Hades for a long time, you know, watching and casting that guy for a long time. And I think of everyone in the Polish scene around that time, it was kind of like, okay, we got to get this guy out. You know, we got to get this guy into a good team. They do that. Dihar, Daisha, however, I'm not 100% sure, but I usually go with Dihar because that seems to be the general field for his name. Also has the makings of a great player and perhaps could be the player that really steps up, really has his kind of finest hour at the major, and indeed not necessarily carries them, but becomes the member that you look towards on this Ents team that goes, wow, this guy is a big part of their success right now. So I'm fairly confident. I don't know, I might go wacky. I like to think that Astralis should be able to come back in. Glaive's being given a little bit of time. You know, feelings in the team, though, are going to be a little bit mixed. Obviously, you've got Glaive and Zip in there, contracted in for the next few years. Lucky, I don't know whether he could keep it going. Dupree is missing his... You know, he was the alley-oop guy. He's kind of missing someone to alley-oop for at the moment, right? With the device leaving. So it seems like a logical choice just because they are Astralis, right? And there is Glaive. And yes, you don't have device, but you've still got some legendary players in there. Magisk is obviously one that I didn't really mention, and I don't quite know where to find him. It's probably going to be another big shift for him. Has there been enough time for him to step down from the in-game leading after just adjusting and learning how to do it, for Glaive to come back in? Are they going to change the system to have some kind of a mix? I'm actually going to take him out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Crazy. I am going to take him out. Bro. So let's see where we're at. I'm fairly confident in VP. Yes, recent addition of Flit. I feel like these guys, low ping, clapping heads, okay? Heroic, been a bit of a weird time. I like to think that for them, you know, we don't know what's going on and all this, you know, video that comes out, and I don't really want to get into politics. But I like to think that they have enough youth, enough drive, and a nice, energetic leader, let's say, in Cadian. So I think that they should be able to make it through. Spirit is one that I'm a little bit weird with. Godsent, I'm a little bit weird with. Spirit, though, I think are one of these teams, when put under pressure, at least in the past, they defy the odds quite a bit, actually. So I think that they will make it through. Further down the line, I don't know, especially if they meet up against some of those CIS teams that they can indeed struggle with a little bit. These main 2 spots, bro. My eyes go towards Entropic. It's hard. I think they have had their time in the sun. They had a really, really good look to the sort of mid-portion of 2021, the summer of 2021, let's say. Been, you know, dropping off a bit. I think at the very least you can say they've plateaued. Being replaced by the likes of Ents. Copenhagen Flames, like I say, I think they might find a game. I think they might find like a big win against maybe one of these teams, against maybe your Astralis. But in terms of making it through, I don't know. I don't think so. Ah, bro, it's so hard. It's so hard. It really is. I don't believe in big. Said this already. I think they're going to crumble a little bit, actually. But that one, I'm happy to be right. I think it goes one of two ways. Either, you know, this high-pressure LAN environment is amazing, or they're in the bin. Okay. I'm going to go Mouse. I think we have enough stars on this team. And again, enough youth and hunger. And then for me, it is between Entropic, Copenhagen Flames, and maybe adding Astralis back in, to be honest. Yeah. I think I'm going to add Astralis back in. I'm going to go with the brain. The heart wants to say Copenhagen Flames, but I'm going to go with the brain instead. And I think, with enough logic and with enough explanation there, that some people, you know, can agree and disagree with, absolutely, leave in the comment section below. But now, for real, you know how it goes. Like, just start a conversation. I don't mind, and I'll chat with you, indeed, about that. But either way, that's gonna do it for the video. Let me hit the update picks, and there you go. Locked in. No cheese here. No change. Apparently, you can change them about. Actually, to be fair, but I'm gonna leave it at that, and that indeed is gonna do me. The boys on phase. Not a firm belief, but I think they could upset a few people, and maybe pleasantly surprise a few as well. Either way, thanks very much for watching. Do be sure to sub, and I'll catch you in the next one.